Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm about to go for a nice little stroll through a woodland on a public footpath. I've done the top part of the track about a year ago and it was too dark for me to continue down here, so I'm going to do this now. I have a few hours window of opportunity before I got to get back home and do stuff, and this should be quite exciting for me because this public footpath predominantly goes through a woodland. So let's go and have a look and see what this track is all about. I've brought Bracken and he will come with me, and it's looking absolutely glorious. It's a nice day down here in Cornwall and we're sheltered from most of the heat by this luscious canopy. I'm really looking forward to this. The skies are blue and it is absolutely baking, roasting out there. But you might just be able to hear this river down there, and we will be walking beside this most of the way. The birds are singing, it's absolutely glorious, and we've got to make our way down this track to start with. Now, as I've just mentioned, it's lovely and cool in here, and you've got the sunlight actually just dappling through all the branches and leaves. Birds are singing. It is really glorious. I've just passed some signs basically saying keep your dogs on leads, livestock, which is pretty much part and parcel of the course if you've got a dog and you're on these kind of tracks. Now, I don't have much time, so there is a loop that I can do actually, which I'll hit a lane and I can come all the way back up around, and I'll see if I can actually fulfill that complete loop. But I've got a feeling with me stopping, having a little look, I'm possibly not going to have time, but I've wanted to do this particular bit of the track because quite simply it just is in a woodland and it follows a river. Two things which, you know, instantly draw me to want to come and do a walk or a hike here. So this track starts off basically as a pretty nice usable track, and it goes down to a slight little boggier bit. We go into a field and then we go into the woodlands itself. So yeah, this should be quite nice. I'm a little bit concerned about time. I wish I had more time to really do this and fully explore. But there is a lot of signage around. I thought this track possibly wouldn't be used that much, and I still can't see that it would be heavily used, but obviously they've probably had a few problems with people. There is a campsite not too far away, possibly just people, irresponsible dog owners. Basically the signs are saying, you know, if your dog is off the lead, it's worrying livestock, it's going to get shot. So, which is understandable, I fully support that. But obviously it leads to an issue that if I'm here or anybody else that's using it now, and you've got a dog with you, as I have, anybody sees you, you're not going to go unescaped attention wise. People are going to monitor you, walk and see what you're up to, what you're doing. So this isn't very stealthy, bringing a dog. It should be where I'm actually, the location I'm at is miles from anywhere really, but obviously there's been problems here. So I'm looking back up on a very steep valley and it's absolutely glorious. It's obviously been cut for silage. The top part is too steep, that's why it's got a different coloration to it. But look at that sky. And like I said, it's a nice usable track. It just gets a bit muddy down at the bottom here. There you go, Bracken. Yet again, another sign. Right, it is quite hot actually now, so we're looking forward to getting down there into the woods, and from here we should be sheltered from the sun. But as you can see, this whole location is absolutely stunning, and with those skies, what more could you want? But I'm short on time, and this is the sign I've got to follow. Let's go through. I am fully aware with the amount of signage here that I'm not expecting this to be as isolated and deserted from human activity as I first thought. And look at this old ash tree here. Absolutely beautiful. And what a size. You can see my hiking stick against it. It's absolutely huge. How this hasn't suffered any ash dieback yet, I don't know. There's obviously one of its siblings there. And just over here, this is what I was talking about. It's a shame, but I'll let you see it because sheep in field, please keep dogs on leads. Basically saying they don't want to shoot your dog, but they will. And pictures of hurt sheep. So yeah, you can see what I've been talking about. There's obviously been problems here. This track does look like it's reasonably well used. I am in quite an isolated little valley. The only thing is, about 5 miles from here, there is a major tourist hotspot. Now, driving on the lanes to get here, you wouldn't get many non-locals that would want to do it. So I'm a little bit baffled by what's happening here. Instantly, once you're in underneath the canopy, you've lost the heat of the sun, but it's a really pleasant temperature. It feels really cool, moist, and on top of that, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, a lot of the blackberries are starting to go past their best. It's been a little bit early this year, and there would have been a really good harvest here. There is evidence of tree planting here as well. So this actual woodland is heavily managed, and I can see where they've actually cut all that ivy off the tree, which was no bad thing. But like I was saying, this track and piece of woodland is used more than I actually hoped. So it was last year, and I walked the top part of this track, then it comes down to a road in a little hamlet by a campsite, and from there you can join this part of the track. Now, it's in a real steep valley gorge, so no doubt it's going to put a lot of walkers off who aren't going to want to do the steep valley coming down into here. But so far I'm following the river, and this is all level going. The river's about 200 meters to my left, and I can hear water running, which is lovely and soothing. But it's just nice being out of that sun. But I'll show you how steep the valley is, and you'll get an understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, if you look across there, you can see some commercial pines and firs that go right up to the skyline there. Now, that's a good elevation climb up there, as you can see. See if I can bring it in. All the way up there. It's a steep old drag. but it looks like it gets pretty boggy in there at the bottom. But the path is well defined, it's well used, I'm not going to get lost. I did bring a map and compass. My hopes have been dashed that this is going to be some little secret track which is going to be my own personal little discovery. Let's just have a look here. Now this branch obviously looks like it's been placed there on purpose. There is a track down through there and you can go up through there. You can't go too far because there's a hedge line and you go out into the agricultural fields. But I'm at a quandrum. Do I take the lower path, which is what I'm guessing the official public footpath is, or take the higher one? And this looks to be wind its way through the woods a little bit more. So you've probably guessed by now, this isn't just me doing a little hike or a walk. I'm doing a bit of a recce for a wild camp and possibly some bushcrafting or just dog walking. With the signage they've seen, I'm guessing dog walking is possibly a little bit of a hostile activity here by whoever manages the land surrounding this woodland. Understandably so. So I've automatically in my mind, you know, if I've got bracken with me, I know if anybody sees me, their radar is 100% fully on me, quite simply because I've got a dog. If they will see me walking without a dog, you know, I can only assume you'd have a more, I won't use the word stealthy because this is a public footpath, but you would not draw attention to yourself quite as much. But this woodland is absolutely stunningly beautiful, and it's ticking all the boxes that I want. It's just that in my mind, looking at the map, and the top part of the track is obviously not as used as much as this. And I'm guessing because the top track, you have to come down an extremely steep gradient. The campsite at the bottom, if you're camping, you're probably just going to wander across the road and go down this nice easy track. You're not going to stare at a hot hill where you're going to get hot, sweaty, and basically once you get to the top you ought to come back the same track or do a big loop around the lanes to come back down. This is the easier option, so obviously more traffic. But let's push on. I'm going to have a look at the top track for a little way and then I'll resume along the bottom, which is the official one. Yeah, again, unfortunately I don't have so much time that I would like to have to do this. Well, there is activity or industrial activity that has taken place in this woodland at some point, and it's not unusual down here in Cornwall. Mining, a lot of the areas that were left just subsequently get left to go to forests. But you can see brickwork structure there, and for no apparent reason. But obviously now it's got a dirty great pine tree actually sat straight on top of it there. But walking down the track here, the sun is really beaming through any gap in the canopy, and you can clearly see it's opened up into a nice piece of woodland. But here's the but. The path on the opposite side looks like it takes you over to the opposite side of the river. So this track here, for me at the minute, may not be where I really want to go. Although it's opening up into a beautiful little area over here. Let's go and have a look at that area. Right, come on, Bracken. Come on, keep going. Oh, this is absolutely stunning. Oh, it's instantly cool and refreshing. You can feel the presence of the river It's really making the air around this little bit of the riverbank really feel pleasant. It's like it's got a little bit more moisture. It's not like that baking hot air. Oh, and what a beautiful little river. Look at that. Some trees have gone over down there. I'm not sure if that is a bridge up there. I think I can see a trackway that goes along there. Well, it's become evidently clear to myself that the short amount of time I've allowed myself, what I actually have, and the vast area to explore here, I'm not even going to be able to scratch the surface. At least I have an idea what I'd be coming back to. I'm going to have to come back and do a full exploration here. But, and without Bracken, I feel, he's loving it in here. But obviously he wants to do his own thing, sniff, go here, there and everywhere. I just want to actually concentrate on the job in hand. If I was here for a proper dog walk and had the time to lazily mooch around, yeah, this would be really pleasant for me and him. He's enjoying it. I'm also thinking wild swimming. There are some pools there. This is what I mean. He just wants to go off and he's pulling hard there. Come on, this way. And do his own exploration. As I've said before, he's still a young dog. I think he would be in his the equivalent to a teenager. So he really just wants to cut his own detail and do his own thing. He doesn't want to listen to an old man like me and say, come this way. Right, I'm continued along the path a fair way now. Well, steady, Bracken. You're pulling just that little bit too hard. And the footpath comes here. Right, you can see that this is an ancient one. I grant you that's new pipework, but obviously for health and safety reasons, people walking this, there may have been one or two people climbing up these steps here that may have fallen down, or they literally don't want people to fall down. I can see the public footpath sign over there. I'm so tempted to go back and see on the opposite side, but that public footpath sign does mean this is the official path. What do I do? Curiosity is wanting to send me over there, but doing the right thing would be going up there. And you're trying to climb up there. We're going to have to get up here, I think. Right, Bracken, let's put you up here. Come on. Go on. Along here. Yeah. Up along there. Here. This is turning into an extremely beautiful walk, and I can understand why a lot of people would do it. I'm still not convinced it's a lot of holiday makers on on holiday. It's primarily the people staying at that campsite, I would say. There's a lot of new trees that have been planted in here. It's well signposted. Me bringing my map might have been a little bit overkill. As you can see, there's a post with a yellow sign which way to go. Seems like the river is beginning to descend a bit faster. There's a few very small rapids where the water's moving a little bit faster and noisier than normal. But look how blue that sky is. The sun is behind me now, so I've got the trees sheltering me. It's just nice to look at that sky without being absolutely fried to a crisp with that sun on you. The bracken is pulling fast. I can't believe how much time I've already burnt up. Loads of it. I'm pretty soon going to have to turn around and go back. I know what I have here on offer, and it warrants coming back for a major explore. I'm hoping you can appreciate the sheer beauty of this this actual walk. Bracken's calmed down a little bit as well. The initial excitement is kind of wore off, and he's prepared to actually walk with me instead of pulling me off in every direction. Now we've just come to another obstacle, which is basically a stone hedge with the same kind of setup with larger stones protruding, which you use as a makeshift kind of set of stairs. Bracken's not too adept at going over them, as you've just seen, but I'll get him over and we'll go down this a bit further. I'm loving it, and I should imagine within the next week or so, when summer gradually fades, I could potentially be in here by myself. I've seen one other person down here so far with a dog, and that's about it. Go on. Go on. Come on this way. Go on, this way, Bracken. Sit. Go on, you can do it. Go on. There, that's a good boy. Right, wait for me. Whoa, wait for me. Wait for me. Wait for me. Whoa, no, you're tangled up. Come here. There. Whoa. Yeah, go down. Right, you wait there. So me and Bracken are making our way back. I'm out of time. The car's got to go home because I car share with the wife, so she needs the car. I haven't been able to fully explore a fraction of this, but I've been here and I've seen what it's about, and I'm forewarned, forearmed, as they say. So I will come better prepared and with a lot more time next time. And but the likelihood of me getting conditions like this are pretty slim. This has been absolutely spectacular, just to have a mooch and a wander around in a beautiful Cornish woodland beside a river. So I'm going to bid you farewell as I make my way back with Bracken. This video I've done is for no other reason for you to see what it's like to come with me mooching around in a forest. Yeah, I'm not so sure this would be the place to be. Torrential rain, howling gale force winds and things like that. But you've seen what it can be like on a spectacular, glorious summer's day. And I did speak to the other lady with her son, and she said the footpath is glorious as it is in here. You go up a huge bank on a flight of steps, go out into some open agricultural fields, then you make your way round to some pleasant, quiet country lanes, and you can come back in on another footpath that takes you back to where I started. So all in all, it would be a very pleasing walk, and challenging. You would need to have a degree of mobility to do this, and a little bit of fitness, because there's a lot of up and down, scrabbling over obstacles. But if you fit that criteria, this is an absolutely wonderful walk. I was going to say a little walk, but there's a good few miles of it, so you'd have to come prepared. I did come prepared with a flask of tea, which I haven't been able to sit down and drink, because quite simply I've been looking around, and with a dog, a young dog like Bracken, who just wants to be everywhere, I'm being pulled all over the shop, which saps a lot of time. So yeah, thanks for coming along. This is Andy from Hidden Valley Footpaths, and yeah, thanks for coming along. I've enjoyed this. I'm probably sweating because I've had a bit of a workout. A lot of the time I'm pulling against him, but in any case, hope to catch you guys out on the trail, and you'll see me complete this on another video pretty soon, I think. All the best. Cheers.